guys, what's up? I'm just in my car because there's nowhere really else quiet to record. Um, so, excuse me, I just got done eating and I'm just trying to video record. But I gotta do this fast because it's only, my tablet is gonna die because it's really dead. So I gotta turn it in. But I'm going to do a pretty serious video, and that is, my story, coming out story. My hair is so messy. It started back in 8th grade when I told my mom and dad that I was bisexual. They kind of wiped it off. I'm like, no, Brittany, you're at the age where you're trying to figure out who you are and what you want in life and stuff like that. So, my neighbor's looking at me like I'm dumb. But, stuff like that. So they just kind of wiped it off and was just like, whatever. But, so 9th grade came, and I'm trying to wipe it off. I'm just like, what, this is just a phase, trying to convince myself that I'm straight. And this can't be happening. And, the feelings for girls and males just didn't go away. It was there, and I was attracted to them, and I tried not to be, but it didn't work. So, 9th grade came, blah, 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 the rest of the school year came, and 10th grade. So, it all kind of started with me trying to admit to myself that it's real. But, it didn't work. So, I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna live my life in silence then. But, one day, my best friend came up to me, and in the bathroom, we're just sitting there talking, and she's like, I had a crush on you. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, that is crazy. Because, I like you. And then she's like, oh, I like you too. And I'm like, no, I like you. And then she's just like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, why? How? She's like, what do you like about me? And I told her, I'm like, you're sweet, you're funny, you're nice, you're attractive, you're just an amazing person. And we've been friends for a while, and I've always felt like this for you, but I didn't know how you were going to react, so I didn't tell you. And she's like, well, I don't like you like that. I'm like, oh. Well then, this is awkward. And you're like, yeah. And then I'm like, well, just promise me that nothing between our friendship will change. And then she's like, okay, I promise. A little after that, like that day, every time I seen her, and ever kind of since then, it's kind of a little awkward because she knows that I like her. And I know I like her, and it's weird. But I try not to make it awkward. She tries not to make it awkward. So we're still friends. And she has a boyfriend. Because she's bi. And so it's a little awkward. And every time I see them kissing and stuff, I'm just like, oh, walk away. Walk a little faster. But, my battery. Sorry, you guys. It's only at 15% now. So better hurry up. But, so, that's how that went. And then, I'm like, okay, you know what? I gotta break loose from this chain that I'm in. So I'm like, I'm gonna tell my mom. I'm gonna tell my mom. And, we'll see what she says. And so, my aunt is, lesbian. And my mom always says that, she's gonna love her kids no matter what. Well, I knew that was kind of a fib. I knew she's just saying that to the family, so the family doesn't judge her and think she's a good person and all that stuff. So I told my mom in the car after my sister went to go get my siblings from school. And I told her, I'm like, Mom, I told her about the feelings in 8th grade. I'm like, they never went away. And I'm like, I thought about this a lot, and I was thinking, is this truly what I want? And stuff like that. And I'm like, Mom, I'm pansexual. And then she thought I was joking. She thought I made up the word. I told her what it meant. I went on Google and I showed her that it was a real word. But she didn't believe me. She's like, you're crazy. And I'm like, no, Mom, I'm serious. I'm like, I'm dead drop serious. If I come home with a girlfriend one day, don't be surprised. And I told her those exact words. And she's like, Brittany, you're crazy. and looked at me straight in my eyes and said it. And I'm like, no, Mom, I'm being 100% serious. And she's like, Brittany, you're crazy. And I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, well, whatever, you know. And I just kind of turned away and I looked out the window and I just sat there until the bell rang. And then my sister came in with the kids and then we never talked about it since. Now, I told my grandma and my dad and my aunt. My dad, it was a little awkward because, you know, it was during dinner time because that's the only free time I could talk to him without my siblings there because I didn't want my siblings to know yet. You know, he was perfectly fine with that. He asked me why I chose this. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just kind of at that place where I feel like I didn't really choose it. You know, I didn't choose to be attracted to girls. I didn't choose to want to date a girl, to feel attracted to them. I feel like it was there. And it happened. And, you know, I told him that. And he's like, well, it was your choice. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I honestly feel like I did not choose to be attracted to him. I don't have my hair. Did y'all see that little? But, you know, honestly, I feel like I didn't choose to be attracted to him. But I'm completely fine with it because, you know what? If that's who I love, that's who I love, you know? And, you know, he's perfectly fine with it. And he said, you know, he asked me a couple awkward more questions I didn't really understand how to answer. So I tried my best to answer them. But I guess I didn't know how to answer them. You know? But then I went and I told my grandma, and it was probably the scariest one of all. Because she's completely Christian. And I sent a text message because I couldn't see her face to face. And so I sent a text message to her, and she didn't respond. And then about 3-4 minutes, that felt like forever, she finally responded. And she's like, I don't know what that means. So I text her and I send her the not Snapchat, a screenshot of the definition, and then she doesn't respond. So I text her and I ask her if she's okay, and she said yeah, she was just surprised. And I'm like, yeah, you know, it's surprising, it's big, it's a lot of heavy weight that you now have to think about. And I asked her, I'm like, did you see it coming? And she said no. And I'm like, yeah. I don't think anyone really knew that was coming, but you know. And then my sister, you know, a few weeks later, a few weeks later, after me telling them, you know, at this point in time, everyone knows my family, my friends, you know, everyone knows. Not my whole family though. And my uncle goes and sitting down, you know, my sister was there too, and my sister just out of nowhere just goes and tells him. He's like, does your grandma know? And I'm like, yep. He's like, does your aunt know? And my uncle is married to my aunt, so it was that aunt that he was talking about, not my other one. And I'm like, no. And then he's like, so what did your grandma say? And I'm like, she was okay with it. You know, she was a little not really understanding it and stuff. And then he's like, I'm surprised she didn't kick you out because she's a Christian, and I'm surprised she still wants things to do with you, and she still allows you back in her house. And I'm like, I know. And so basically, it was hard telling them. It was extremely, extremely hard. Especially knowing my family's complete straight up Christian. And that they could turn me down and kick me out of the house and not accept me for who I am. But thank God I have an awesome family who will. And I'm going to do another video tomorrow or something on how to tell your family that you are gay or bi or lesbian or pansexual or bisexual, or I think I already said bisexual, or you know, just any way you want to come out to them. So I'll do that video tomorrow. But I just want to say, you guys, you are perfect for who you are. You know, you are amazing. You are a loving person. You deserve love. You deserve to be happy. So if you are attracted to the same sex or gender, or you know, you are you like the opposite, or you like both, or you like transgenders, that's fine. That's who you are. Stand up, because you know there's gonna be haters. I've, you know, kind of already got hated and bashed on, but you know, that's whatever. I'm happy, and that's all that matters. And you know, it shouldn't matter who you love, because we are all human, and I don't want gender to stop me from loving anyone. Honestly, if you do not know what pansexual is, it means I like boys and girls and transgenders and everyone. I like every single not every, okay. I like all genders, all genders. You know, I don't like every single human, because that would be a lot of work. He would also not be a very delightful person, because everyone would be like, oh, she's a slut. No. But you know, I don't care what gender you are. If you're a bull. If you're a bull, if you are a boy, awesome. If you are a girl, sweet. If you are transgender, awesomer. Like, come on, bro, pound it. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. I'll still love you for you. And I don't want that stopping me from loving you. And I don't want, you know, you to stop yourself from really loving whoever you want to love. Don't let anyone stop you from loving the person you want to love. You guys, I love you. Stay strong with your beautiful, amazing faces. And I will have a video tomorrow, so make sure you like this video and subscribe down below and make my heart 10 times bigger than it is right now. Like this big, you guys. Make it like humongous, where it pops out of my chest. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a hug. Awkward. I'm trying to. I guess I'm gonna like that, and just, you know, I don't know how to really give the hammer a hug. But I love you guys. Stay tuned for more videos, especially a video tomorrow. How to tell your family and your friends that you're coming out to them. Okay? I love you guys. Stay strong. Life will get easier. You guys are amazing. I'll see y'all later. Bye.